guys, thank you for coming. This is the Ethnic Studies Student Association, and this is our informational meeting. Okay. And so, just talk to you a little bit about who we are and what we do. Oh, whoa.
Oh, the whole thing.
Who are we? We're a student association that works in collaboration with the Ethnic Studies Department, but we also work independently from them to plan different events that look at, ideas of class. Oh my god. Okay. Can you see?
Yeah. It's better to see the screen.
Okay. To look at ideas of class, race, gender, ethnicity, etc. All the things that you explore in your classes that you find interesting, And it's our big function is student engagement. So we like to plan events that you would like to do. Who are we? Our faculty advisors in the back eating, Dr. Rod Labrador.
What's up?
Board members, Jasmine. Brent's not here. Anna is on filming duty. Justine. And I'm Camille.
We can't see you, it's too dark.
Okay. It's for the other people's. Anyway. So past events, you want to take past events?
Sure. Okay, so we've been in RIO for a year now. It's official. But we've done certain events, usually involving concerts, especially because of that guy back there. It was related to his ethnic studies course that he was teaching, and then we just decided to spring off the bat and help sponsor the events. But we've also done things besides just hip-hop concerts. We've done volunteering, or we've appeared on Olelo. Yeah, that's us. This is the stuff that we did. If you're interested in this kind of stuff, this would be really good for you. If you like promoting things, if you like just creating, if you have a lot of different ideas, we're open to it, especially because we're a new RIO. We've also done the ethnic studies graduation, and we decided to make that an annual thing as opposed to by semester. So if you're graduating within December, we'd invite you to the fall graduation ceremony. We have it where it's a very intimate event where your professors are there and say a word about you, and this is for certificates and majors. But in order to be in this club, you don't have to be an ethnic studies major. We want to stress that, right? This is just a social opportunity, also an educational opportunity. Last semester, we helped proclaim 2010 as the year of ethnic studies because we were celebrating our 40th anniversary here on the campus, which is also why it's a big thing, because although we've been here for 40 years, Ethnic Studies Department has been here for 40 years, we've only had a student organization now, so we're really trying to keep it strong and strive.
So, here are planned events for spring 2000. Oh yes.
When you say you sponsored those events, what do you mean? What did you do as a sponsor?
Oh, which events?
Those concerts and stuff.
Okay, so as a sponsor, we helped make the flyers, we helped sell the tickets, basically just spreading the word. You also you get to meet the performers, work with them, and then you also, what else did we do? Well, when you attend the events, we were switching out. See, right now we're behind the merchandise table, so you're helping them out. Rod, would you like to say anything else? When we sponsor, no, you're eating. Okay. Well, just to help sponsor, it's really about getting that promotion out there, right? Especially because we're on a limited budget when we try to bring people out here. We really need that student activism. Yeah. We need student engagement. So going into classrooms and telling them about it, because what we're also going to have is we've had guest lecturers where these performers are not only coming here to perform, they're also lecturing in classrooms. So yeah, that's what we do for promoting.
Okay, so one quick thing about the concerts and things. Those are actually attached to my class. So I teach a class on Filipino Americans and hip hop. And so one of the things that we've done for the past couple semesters in that class is bring rappers, Filipino American rappers, to come to Hawaii and perform. And so that's part of the reason they came out. I got grant monies to be able to bring them out. The club, part of the club was, what they were, part of the co-sponsorship for the club was getting the word out, like Jasmine was saying, but also helping out and setting up the talks that they were having on campus, because it's everything from ideas. They were having conversations about art and activism. The folks that we brought out as part of my classes and as part of ESSA, they're not just like your kind of mainstream hip hop. We're talking about booty and hoes and stuff, but it really, the folks that we're looking at and bringing here are really trying to, or they're really part of the ethnic studies kind of idea, where the folks are performers, but they're also community organizers. And so it's really linking the stuff that we do academically in ethnic studies with what's happening with artistically with these rappers, and what's happening in the kind of community work that these rappers do, but as well as the faculty and students here in the department.
What it's also done is focused on like local artists as well, you know, using like venues that are here obviously, and then also having local artists perform before these other artists that we brought. It gave them that kind of you know, spotlight, and then also had them, a couple of them were interested in being more involved in the community because of these events. So that's what we're really like aiming for. It's fun to do concerts and stuff. Everybody really enjoys them. It was always a big turnout. We always had a lot of people that came, right? it's a concert. It's fun. But during the concerts, you also, it's a lot of work, but don't want to scare you on that. It was really nice to have these artists talk about these things at these concerts. So you have people who aren't even like in college, right? These are just people who came for a concert, and they're talking about, you know, maybe the social status of, you know, what's going on in Hawaii and stuff, or maybe back at home. So you're not only having just concerts where it's like a whole bunch of drinking and partying. That's not really what the point is. It's really about like that,
Political
activism
consciousness and stuff.
Yeah.
We'll play you some of the music so you guys can hear it, if you're not familiar with some of these artists.
Yeah, so the last big concert that we did last semester was actually in conjunction with a nonprofit called Shirt the Kids, and they work on alleviating poverty in the Philippines. So the concert was part of that effort to do fundraising for this nonprofit, in addition to like bringing people out and having something fun for the students to do.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So our events that we have potentially planned for spring 2011, we've got, we're trying to set up really quickly for next week potentially critical reading workshops and study sessions. We want to reserve this room and have people come down from their ethnic studies classes and like basically help you study for your midterms that are going to come up. Yeah. We want to help you engage with the articles you're reading and making sure you're understanding the big concepts, because sometimes they're a little hard. I mean, admit it, right? We all have difficulty understanding some of the more fine-tuned aspects of whatever your professors are looking for. So we want to host a space for you to help mediate that. We also want to help critical writing workshops. So if you got papers planned, because a lot of the classes are heavy emphasis on writing, we want to help sort of set you up with that as well. Potentially brown bag Saturdays, which is you bring your lunch, come down on Saturdays to some sort of area, like maybe Magic Island or something, and then basically talk about the issues that are going on today. You know, sometimes in small groups and classes you delve into an issue like Egypt, or what's going on in the Philippines, or what's going on at home, and then you have to stop because class ends, right? So it's sort of it's a safe space outside of class for you to talk about these issues with other people who are just as engaged or interested as you are. And we've got some concert workshops lined up. Tad Nakamura, he's a Japanese-American filmmaker, new up-and-coming mover and shaker, and he's going to come down and do a workshop and help help whoever wants to come figure out, or sort of the process of how to do the documentaries that he does, and you know, do that workshop. We also have Gio from Blue Scholars coming down. Have you guys heard of Blue Scholars? Heard their music? but we'll play it for you. And then potentially bamboo. So here's, you have internet going on?
I don't think I'm connected.
I don't know. Just like yesterday. I know, this is problematic. Why isn't it going? Oh, hello. Yeah. Okay, so here's Tad. Tad's on the right. So you can hear a little bit about who he is. Oh. Oh, why can't I hear it? Volume?
I don't know. How does the volume happen?
Oh, there's just a switch, like.
Where?
Switch? Where's
She
switch?
said there's a switch.
Thank you.
Young People Who Rock. It's our weekly series featuring a different young person or people under 30 doing amazing things. And lately we've been taking a look at the young filmmakers of Sundance. And this week we are looking at the short category, specifically 5,100 submissions, all whittled down to 83 short films representing 17 countries this year. And two of the youngest filmmakers in this category, 27 years old. Both of them, Yasmin Feta and Tadashi Nakamura, and they join us live from Sundance. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining us in the bitter cold out there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It is cold.
Okay, well, how about we'll start, ladies first. Yasmin, your film takes place in Scotland in a community of people with learning disabilities, and they all get together to make organic bread. Why did you choose this subject for your short film?
I chose this subject because I used to actually work at the bakery and found it really fascinating. And then I applied to a competition to get funding for a film, so approached it with that subject.
And what did you learn about this subject? And why did you choose a short film? I know that you hear a lot of noises throughout this short. Why did you think that was the best option to tell this story?
It was meant to reflect the atmosphere in the bakery, so it's got industrial sounds and creative sounds of singing and whistling. So I just wanted to combine them all together to give that atmosphere across.
And did you learn anything new?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, with every project you learn a lot. It's quite hard to kind of figure out what they are, but a lot about how to make a film, how to make a short film and synthesize a story into a short version.
And from this community specifically?
Wow.
Yeah, I learned a lot of things about, you know, community work with people with disabilities and the kind of self-respect that they have towards the workers, and it's a really great environment for people to work in.
Tadashi, you worked in quite a different environment for your short film. It's called Pilgrimage, and you took a closer look back at your own history being a Japanese American, and you went back and looked at an internment camp from World War II. Why did you choose this subject matter?
I think, well, the subject matter kind of was pretty easy to choose because both sides of my family were incarcerated during World War II. Both grandparents and also my father was incarcerated at Manzanar when he was 5 years old. So it's a very personal story for me that I feel, you know, has been told before but needs to continue to be told to a new generation.
And both of yours are very important subject matters, no doubt. Tadashi, did you learn anything new? Of course, your family experienced this firsthand, as you just mentioned, but taking a look at it through a camera lens, did you see anything new? Did you pick up on any nuances or intricacies there?
Yeah, I mean, I did learn a lot. One thing was that, you know, growing up, I had known about the concentration camps, but during the film's actually about the first pilgrimage 25 years later. And so what I learned was that it was up to, you know, a group of 20-year-olds that actually, you know, opened up the history, which is why we know about it today. So it's very empowering as, you know, someone still in their 20s, knowing that, you know, people in their 20s and younger have been making history for a while.
And you also your own history includes other filmmakers as well. Was it hard to follow in the filmmaking path of your father as well? I'm sure there were a lot of perks there, but were they hard shoes to follow film as well?
I think there's a little pressure. Both my parents are filmmakers, but I think it's something real special to be working with my parents. Like you said, it comes with a lot of privileges, and I'd rather take the pressure and the privileges than not have those. So it's something that I've been looking forward to doing and really cherish because it's something that most people don't get a chance to do.